Okay, for this video, we're going to focus on filling in the second layer. And for this second layer, which is a lot nicer than the other processes that we have, is that you have only two algorithms that you need to be concerned about. If I'm filling in this side and with a correct edge that matches both the yellow and the side that I'm trying to match it up with, red, and this one's red, but it's not yellow. So, but we would fill it in here. We would use the left algorithm, and then there's a right algorithm. And so to do this, we need a piece. Since we chose blue as our top layer, our bottom layer, if it has green already, then it's definitely not what we want. Green need to stay down here. So we are looking for one that will match up a T completely. So instead of it being a half T, because of the top layer being full and the edges being full, it becomes a half T. We want to make it a full T, and it's going to have a color that's not green. It's going to be one that matches one of these sides. So now it's a question of which algorithm do I use? Do I use the left algorithm or do I use the right algorithm? Well, let's see. I have a red and I have a yellow. So that means that it's the right, because my yellow face is right here on my right. So I'm going to use the right algorithm, and I will have that listed on the description. And you might find that I might use mainly only one algorithm to solve this. If I have right, I might have two rights in consecutive order. I might do this one and then find another one and also do it right. I think there have been times where it feels like I'm only doing right or I'm only doing left. But I will have both listed, and it's pretty simple and pretty straightforward to understand. So I'll have that in the description. So we have, for this one, I use something I call DiRi DR DaF DiFi. You might have heard that before with the corner when it's facing, when the blue tile was facing me. I said DiRi DR. So I don't think that's a coincidence. I think certain algorithms continue, except there's more added to them. So we have, so this one is DiRi DR DaF DiFi. So it's DI, RI, D, R, and then DAF, which is the A, that's, I made that up, so that's just D normal, D, and then F, and then DI for di, and then Fi is FI, thinking of Latin with the I sounding like an E, DiRi DR DaF DiFi. And so as you can see, I've matched it up. Okay, now we're going to look for another one. So, oh, great, I have an orange and a black, not green, so now I can use that. I just need to make sure, you'd think I could just put it here, but no, I have to have it actually over here. It has to match up with one full color T. So, as again, there you go, it's the same pattern. I didn't even get to the left algorithm. Who knows, maybe I won't at all. So now we have DiRi DR DaF DiFi again, D-I, R-I, D, R, DAF, D, F, D-I, F-I, and I got it. So there we go. Now let's look for another one. Do we have any left? See, yes, I do. I still have one here. And obviously there might be a couple tiles that need to be replaced, and sometimes I'll have nothing but green edges, so then I have to do a formula to get one out. Okay, so first let's look for our yellow. Oh, yep, and it matches over here, so it's going to be, oh no, it's going to be the right algorithm again. And that will happen if I have one that's left. I might have two more that are left, or all of them. So here we go, is DiRi DR DaF DiFi again. So DI, RI, D, R, D, F, DI, FI. Okay, do I have any left? Yes, I do. And the nice thing is it's a green one, so that means I have one down here that works. And, oh, it's right in the right place already. And once again, like I said, I'm not even doing the left side. But the left side will be listed. It's pretty straightforward. Whenever I use a letter that is not one of the sides, if it's not inverse and I use O or A or whatever attached to one of my face letters, I just mean that it's the regular direction. So if it's Do or Fo or Da, it's just that direction. I make fake words and I use that to memorize. And so I'll use T instead of U, which is the most popular. I have used people use T, but I guess the best way to do it would be top and bottom, but I use D because I don't know, I find that it just seems to be the most popular, so I use it. But then I just changed the U to T up here. Okay, so I just got different mnemonic devices that work for me. So I'll have it listed so that you can do the left side. Okay, so we have DiRi Dr. DaF DiFi again. So DiRi DR DaF DaF DiFi. All right, and now I have the entire third level or third step done. And this is from the Deadmore method. And like I said before, once you have these a hang of the first three steps, you could do them theoretically in any order. I could, well, I'm looking for a piece. Okay, it's a corner. All right, put it right there since it matches up. Or I find an edge and I just want to put it in and I'm not done with filling my corners. I can do that. Or even I can do a right side or a left side right away, because when I'm moving my corners or moving my edges, as long as I'm not getting in the way of anybody else, it doesn't matter, because then I just shift things and to fit in edges. So if I have an edge and it's way over here and it's the right edge, then I could just put it and shift it in there. So I can fill in my second layer at any time, and it wouldn't really matter if I want to fill in my second layer. I can do it while I'm starting my corners. And so I just recommend that you just get a handle on it. When I started committing these to memory after I had just followed the arrows or followed the algorithms and solved the cube several times, I decided, you know what, I want to commit this to memory. So I just spent my whole time just solving the corners, then scrambling, and then solving the corners again and again until I had all 5 algorithms memorized. And then I did the same thing for the edges, all 5 algorithms. I just mixed it up, did the first step again, and then the second step, and then mixed it up again and again until I had it fully committed to memory, and then I did the third layer. And now we're ready for the fourth layer, which I will talk about in a different video. So for that fourth layer, we would flip it over and focus on these corners and having these corners match up with the 3 colors. They don't have to be in the position, but we'll talk about that later in the next video. Thanks again for tuning in, and I hope this was helpful, and thank you very much.